Hey everybody, we should be going live. Let me just ensure that we are going live. We are live there. And then I'm going to put us live on a few different things and then jump into an intro. I just want to make sure that people are having access to everything. So let's put on a little bit of music here. I'm going to switch it so it's not being an echo into the system, and then what we're going to do is we're going to dive right in. Okay, there we go. Turn that down so I'm not getting it too loud for you. We should be good to go. So that being said, I'm going to get a few more people in here, and then we're going to dive into affiliate marketing with restaurants. Why restaurants? Well, stick with me and you're going to see. So restaurants, well, I mean, I'll skip past the fun stuff. Restaurants have the ability to generate passive income. Okay, and I'll show you everything. So let's make sure we're all good and we're going live here. So we should already be live on YouTube. I will share the specific link with you. So again, if you're somebody who wants to listen to the music, so I do live on a few different channels. If you're somebody who wants to view the music, I'm going to share this link. This is our YouTube live. You can see what I'm listening to, how I'm listening to it, and that'll help, okay? Next thing, get a few people on here as we're getting ready to go live. So again, who is this for? Well, kind of for anybody who is looking to build solutions within the restaurant space. And you'll see why. Again, most people are like, don't go for restaurants. They suck. Let me switch that a little bit. Let me see. I like that music a little bit. Why not? Let's do it. A little upbeat. Okay. So most people are like, why the frig would we go after restaurants? What? Like, restaurants don't make any money. They don't have any money to spend. It's not true. Restaurants, you can actually create with restaurants reoccurring passive income that pays you out forever. And what I mean by that is one restaurant, maybe even two restaurants, just say it two, can pay you as much money as having a full-time job getting paid about $17 per hour. Just two. That's how these systems work, right? And what we've needed to do on GFunnel side is build the infrastructure around it so we can serve properly these restaurants. And there's quite a few different pieces to serve. So that being said, we're going to jump into those pieces. We're going to ensure that they are here, and we're going to ensure that everything is taken care of. So we're going to create some custom platforms and profiles for these people. You can do the same thing. Like if you wanted to create a custom platform for your businesses, I'll show you how to do it. So that way you can kind of see how to do it. So without further ado, let's dive in. Here we go. So now that we're in here, so again, this is the main dashboard. I have a restaurant pulled up. Now, normally this is so these are different accounts, right? So I can have multiple different accounts in here, and I can manage the different software solutions for those accounts. So each and every one is organized so that way you have software specific organization. You have database specific solutions. You have AI specific solutions. Everything is organized so that way it's anything and everything that you need to keep yourself focused. Now, why was this thing created? Why is this like this, right? Well, if you know anything about me, I've been ADD like crazy, right? And it's just like jump back. And I had to come in and I had to organize a solution for me to focus first. And I felt if that affects me, maybe, just maybe, there's other people that are like me, okay? And here's GFunnel, right? GFunnel, the idea is why we have it as a free solution is technically you can jump in for free. Technically, you can add your own apps. Technically, you can do all of those things. And you don't ever have to even pay me, technically, if you want to do that. We just offer a bunch of different software that makes it more convenient, right? Like, because if you went and bought the software yourself, you're going to pay more than what we have the membership for. You will. You absolutely will. Now, the question is, well, why would I even pay for a system? Why would I even have this? Why should I even be interested? Well, let me explain this. you're going to live your life. Let's fast forward 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever the case is, to the retirement. You're going to base your life on the hopes that your companies that you're working for will pay your retirement. I can tell you it's not going to happen. What's going to end up happening is everything's going to be saturated. And if you don't have a side hustle, a business, or passive income, you're kind of screwed, to be honest. And if you're like, well, I don't know, am I going to be screwed? Right? Like, let's say that question comes up. Well, I don't know. You tell me. Obviously, I'm building this stuff. Obviously, I was going to school to be a doctor, of all things. Okay? And I did this. So, yeah. I'll just say that. Yeah. And that being said, I'm going to show you something really quick. Let's see if I can pop in. One of the things, let's see if I can pull this up, that I can give to you. Let me give it to you, right? I should have a public link for this. Public link. Let me grab this public link. Okay, and I'm going to share this with you. If you're still like wondering, like I don't know, Cam. I shared a link to this, and it's 10 steps to not F up your business. Okay, and this is just brutal truth, right? And if you're still wondering, like, again, I'll jump into the restaurants in a sec. I go over like right now you're screwing yourself. Like, really, you're screwing yourself over, and you don't even know that you are. That's the issue. Like, most people follow these fake gurus, and they're like, oh my gosh, but this fake guru said XYZ, and it's like you end up like screwing yourself over. And unfortunate truth is, like, you have to not screw yourself over. You have to realize it, and you have to move forward. I even put this, like, if you go through this guide, it's not the rah-rah bullshit. It's like, believe in yourself and it's going to happen. No, it's not this nonsense garbage that these gurus will teach you. It's literally steps that you go through that you have to click. Here, and I'll share the link with you. I would highly recommend getting it. Okay, I'm going to be adding to it. I'll add to it so that way you can have access to it. You should see the link right there. You can click on that link, right? You'll have access to it, but you'll go over there. And I structure it similar to chess. So if you're any familiar with chess, you'll understand the moves of chess, the moves of what you're doing, the strategies of what you're doing. And I've done a step by step into those. I've done anything from validating your ideas, right? Getting it pinned, getting it out there. So that way people are doing it. Because most people are so stuck in their heads spinning and they're like, I don't know what to do. It's like, just freaking do something. Just get it out there. Like, look, if you're like wondering, jump onto Google Trends, jump on there and just see what the freak people are doing. And if you have this brilliant idea, just freaking get out there. Who cares if it looks good? Nobody cares. Just push it out there, right? Push it out there. If links don't go anywhere, who cares? Just push it out there, right? So that's the first step, is validation. Get some validation. Push it out there so people can tell you it sucks, or they can tell you it's amazing. If it sucks, pivot, change. If you don't, you're going to die, and that's what step 1 is. It goes through how to do it too. Step 2, again, map your revenue. You have to, a business is based on revenue. You have to generate revenue. You have to. It's not just, I'm going to serve people and I'm going to change the world because I have a Jesus mentality or a God mentality or Savior mentality, right? Those aren't bad, right? Not bad to have, but with business, you have to have processes in which help you, which structure revenue, which grow you. You have to, because unfortunately, in this world that we live in is a revenue-based system. It is, okay? So step 2 goes over how to implement it, even goes over proof, so you can see it. Step 3, right? Create the right processes. So you create the right processes or you fail. Because you can go and you can create processes and say, hey, I'm good, right? So you follow those first steps, and then you sit there and you see the results, and you go to this next step. This next step is to create the right processes. This is where I jump into like the blueprints. I draw out things to show people these are the right processes that you should take. Here's how to be more effective, more efficient. So this way, again, you can save money, you can save time, you can save everything, right? Step 3, right? There's steps on step 3. Then I jump into the middle game tactic. So if you understand chess, hopefully that makes sense. Ruling the board, right? Next thing is you launch an MVP. Get something that works. Keep it so freaking simple. You heard the analogy KISS, right? Keep it stupid simple, or keep it simple stupid. I like that approach better because we're stupid. We make it so freaking complex. I'm guilty of it. Okay, that's number 4. Goes over that. Okay, Number 5, choose the right team, meaning you have the right people on board and create a right filter, not just anybody and everybody who wants to work for you. No, screw that. Don't do it. Don't hire your friends. Do not hire friends. Okay? Do not hire the people. Hire people that you can, like, it sounds weird, but you can direct and dictate in a sense. You have to become that leader to be able to say, hey, you should do this, instead of your friend saying, well, no, I don't want to do this because you're my friend, or trying to take advantage of a system, right? Friends are great to have, but keep them as friends. Most cases don't have them as employees for obvious reasons. Next thing is you can get VAs like $5 to $20 an hour. You can get them to do certain processes for you. My suggestion is find the right team. I mean, we have the right team, right? Like internally, but that's fine. You don't have to choose us. Find the right team, okay? Next step, choose the right software, right? Choose the right software, get pinned down, right? And if you notice, bishop pair weakness, right? If you know the strategy in chess. Well, our entire platform is organized so you have all of the right tools. That's why we did it, okay? So you get the right tools or you're gonna fail. And it goes through how to find the right tools, right? How to find it. So instead of following that shiny object syndrome, saying, I need this, I need this, I need this, screw that. Just find a foundation. This is why gFunnel is a complete foundation. It is. And then if you find something shiny, just add it here so you're not stuck in this something shiny phase. You're not stuck in that syndrome, right? So I go through different phases of how to get unstuck. Next thing is automate your emails. Just automate stuff. Emails, why? They take up your freaking time. You need to separate yourself. You do. You need to separate yourself from constantly pushing content, constantly doing this bullshit. You do. You have to. If you don't, same thing, you're queen overload. Does that make sense? If you know chess, queen overload. The queen gets overloaded. Let's say you're the queen. You're your most valuable player on the chessboard. You get overloaded. You have too much shit to do. You get overloaded. Okay? Automate stuff. Next step, right? And I show you kind of how to. We have deeper studies of exactly how to automate these things and how to get things done. Like, for instance, this one, just draft 3 freaking emails and send them. Hey, who cares if it's perfect? Just send it. So you don't have to sit back there and worry about people seeing your content or not, okay? Next steps, step 8 through 10 is endgame checkmate. Endgame checkmate is basically, I mean, you either win or you don't win, okay? So, and how we do it, number 8 is track metrics or fly blind. Meaning either you're going to fly blind, you're going to do whatever the hell is, or you're going to track things. You're going to measure things. You're going to measure the outcomes of things, okay? I went over, again, 3 steps, how to measure things, how to implement stuff. Again, we do have a discovery. If you're like, I don't know, Kev, schedule discovery with me. We'll go through it. I'll get you started. I'll get you rocking, okay? Even this whole session will lead into the restaurant piece, okay? It will. But that's one of them. Here, let me, in case I didn't, let me share this quick link on my live here. So that way, at least people get, again, some type of information to be able to access what the frig we're doing. But this is one. So what's your first step? You install analytics so you can start seeing shit, okay? Jumping in. Scale smart or go broke. Meaning, you're not going to go and grab $1 million unless you can. You're not going to go and grab $1 million and throw it on the advertisement table. You're going to slowly start, right? Start. Okay, you're not just going to burn cash. Your goal is not to burn cash. You're going to start. And then you're going to grow and grow and grow, okay? And I go over the steps of how to do it, why to do it, okay? So invest in proven channels. Not just estimate will work. But the thing is too, don't be scared. Jump forward and invest, okay? Next thing is join a program or plateau. Mentorship, masterminds, they help you a ton. Getting together with people that know what the hell they're doing will help you, I promise. It will help you grow. So again, that's why, if you'll notice why we have even this, if I jump into our social network, why we have a social network is so you can start masterminding with people. You can jump into events. We're going to be adding multiple different event sections so you can start attending events with people, right? Why are we doing that? Because you need to join something or you're going to plateau. You have to have some type of mastermind. If you're like, no, I'll be fine. I can promise you, you're going to fail. You're going to think that you know what you're doing. You're going to build some random shit because you didn't build your processes or something. And then you're going to fail. I mean, sorry, that's blunt truth. That's going to happen unless you do something. Now, I'm not saying you have to join us, right? Who cares? Join somebody, Now, I would recommend you join us because why? I make money. Okay, we make money off the processes because you find value and you end up wanting to buy software. Period. Okay. But jumping in, these are the steps of how to do it, right? How to pick. Again, we have a discovery based on all of those things. So the last piece, right? The last piece of any chess match is your final 3 moves to win. You have 3 moves basically, and it's the final 3 moves to win. Move number 1, solidify your win. Okay, that's the first thing. So lock in what works. So if you already know what works, what strategy works, same on the chessboard, you already know what's going to work, do it. Okay, here's another one. Here's the strategy of how to do it with business. List your top wins. I think I jumped forward. Let me jump back. But list your top wins, right? 2, eliminate loose ends. Anything that could be a loose end or people can come in, eliminate it. Okay? Audit the gaps. Create blueprints. Audit it so you know what the frig you're doing. You know the processes. In your final move, claim your checkmate. Scale your empire. Scale to empire and beyond, meaning scale your business to an empire build. Not just I'm selling a product, I just made some money. Scale to a freaking empire, right? And enroll into done for you type systems so that way you can scale it correctly. Okay. Now, if this interests you, of course, book a demo. Go to our discovery section, book a demo. Okay. Now, in this specific section, I'll put that demo link right there for you. In this specific section, again, we're going to be jumping over our restaurant builds. Okay. Our restaurant builds, what it is, why it is, kind of all of the above. I'm going to show you kind of how it works. Okay. So we have our social, we have our personal page. Now, again, this is our personal platform, right? Now, if I have my, again, we're updating this constantly, making it better and better and better, so that way you have it. But let me jump in really quick. So let's switch over to Anna's Island Grill. Let's do Anna's Island Grill. It's a restaurant. We're going to focus on the restaurant space. So if you notice, again, there's a different AI system for Anna's, right? There's a different upgrade system, right? Since it's upgraded, a lot of the stuff has changed, and we have specific applications here, okay? In this case, what we're going to be doing, there's a few of them right here, okay? And I'm going to pop them up really quick so that way we can see them. Here, let me jump in. gfunnel.com, I believe is the code, maybe not. There it is. I'm going to pull up her platform really quick. And there's a few things that go in place in this platform. Okay, so here's one of them. So now we have this specific one, right? This specific restaurant login. This is the specific one. Okay. Well, we're gonna log into this, right? We're gonna make sure that this software is installed for them. So that way, not only is it installed for them, but they can come in here. So they can jump in. They can jump into like business basics, right? They can see the different pieces. We can then organize their different hours. We can organize, again, their taxes if we need to organize their taxes. We can organize the way in which the orders come in. If you can see, there's a tablet that's given to them. And the last successful, let's see, last successful app connection check. So it connected at that point. So we just make sure that, hey, is it working? Sometimes we send ourselves some notifications on it, right? But we need to make sure that those are there. Apps, right? To make sure that they're understanding that, hey.
Hello, this is an automatic call from your...
Make sure that they're getting the automatic orders coming through. Next thing is we need to make sure that their menu is set up correctly. Meaning anything and everything that's coming in is purchasing. Why? This resonates with their website. So if I jump in Anna'sIslandGrill.com, okay, I'm going to have this piece. Okay, now if I have this, so if you notice, here's a widget here that they can connect. Well, most times they don't connect, so we're going to switch out a few different things. So we're going to kind of master this, switch out a few different things, and then we're going to dive into, again, the platform, how it works. Now, how do you make passive money? So again, I said that like as part of the description. How do you make passive money for this freaking thing? Well, if you notice, there's a lot of restaurants. And if you're like, no, there's not, just type in restaurants near me. And I can tell you that probably 90% of these people don't know what the hell they're doing. And if you're like, well, yeah, they do. No, they don't. Okay? No, they don't. They just don't. That even sucks. Let's go to Google. Google, I don't want to go to Google Tag Manager, sorry. Let's just jump into Google really quick, and we'll jump from here. Restaurants near me. Okay. So let's say I do that. So I have my 3-map pack. Use precise location, sure. Okay. We have our 3-map pack. So 3-map pack. So these are businesses. Okay. And if you notice, there's little things about these businesses, and you can click on them. Like this one's doing ads. Great. They're starting to learn the ads work. This one's not so much doing ads, right? There's a few of them that are not so much doing ads, but look how many reviews they have. 2.3 thousand, 16,000 reviews. So I can jump here, right? I can say this one has 16,000 freaking reviews. I can jump here and I can go to their website. Is their website good? Well, their website looks good, right? Menu, private dining, this, gallery. So they look good, right? So I can then say, okay, well, what category is this? Let's jump into a Mexican restaurant. I can jump here. Does this look good? No, this looks like trash. Okay, it really does. Looks like trash. And then what do they use? They use, I think it's Chow Now or something for their online ordering. Oh, they don't even do... They just do a simple e-com, which kind of sucks. Okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine. But I just wanted to show you that, whoops, restaurants near me. There's quite a few things that these restaurants can do. And again, if I jumped in here, again, they have it looks like they have an amazing something going on, right? Their menu kind of sucks here because of the overlap and everything here, right? They don't know that. They don't know what's good. So if I click on here, takes them to their Facebook page, and I look, when's the last post that came out? July 22nd, which is good, a few days ago. Let's see their sequence. July 16th, July 14th. So every 3 to 4 days, meaning that they have hired somebody to do their advertisement for them, okay? Now you can look at it and you can see what they have here, okay? So you can see what they have here. So there's a few different things here. So now you ask, well, where are they going? If this is a company, where are they going to manage everything? Most cases they have to go here. Looks like their website's all effed up, right? It looks like, so this one's very good if they speak some English, right? Because now you're dealing with Spanish or English. This one is very good piece. So what I would probably do, I'd send them an email. And I would send them an email. So if you're wondering, like, how do you send an email? Gosh, go to Grok, and I'll just show you. Whoops. If you need, go to Grok, go to AI, and just say, can you help me create an email that encourages a restaurant to book a call because we can help them make revenue. So now you have to ask yourself, well, why are these people, like if I clicked on them, why would these people ever want to speak with me, right? Like I'm speaking with them. Why the frig would they ever want to speak with me? Here, let me find something a little bit better. Music. I didn't like that music. There we go. Why would they ever want to speak with me? Right? Why would they ever speak with me? We have to look at it as like they want a few things. There's a desire. So they get called all the time, usually by merchant services and whatnot. But why do they want to speak with me? Okay? There's a few reasons. So first thing is their website's just jacked up. Their website sucks and they're losing traffic. Okay, so let's try to fix it. Let's see if we can fix it. Looks like we can't fix it. Okay, so that's fine. Let's jump back here. Why is this so different? So I have this one. Jacklow's. Okay, because they changed their website and they didn't update their website. That's why. But if you notice, they have 2 locations here. Okay, 2 locations here. They're on Instagram. They're on Yelp, right? So they're on a few different pieces. Instagram and Yelp, and they have their email, right? If I jumped here and I said, well, let's jump into the menu side. Here's their menu. They don't have any online ordering, right? So I can't order. I can't really order online, so that's fine. Let's say we do a reservation. Oh, they have order online here. So let's go to order online. They're literally pushing traffic into these locations, which is the dumbest thing in the absolute world, right? So now what I would do is I would do that. I'm gonna click on Grok and I'm gonna tell it, I'm gonna just analyze it really quick and tell it. Now, why I'm sharing this is if you can sell it, you can do it. So I'm gonna just message, hey Grok, I'm gonna give you some information. And within this information, let me make sure it can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. What's up? Want
Awesome.
to tweak that?
Awesome. I'm going to give you some information based off of me analyzing a restaurant. And then what I want you to do is I want you to generate an email for me about this specific restaurant. So this specific restaurant, I'm going to share the name within the chat because I don't want to pronunciate it. There's the name in the chat. And now I'm going to continue telling you about this. So the very first thing is when I'm on their social media profiles, I'm noticing that their website is broken. And the website that is broken, it is this specific website. And what it is causing it to do is it is causing it to break. Do you got me so far?
It looks like you shared a link to Wikipedia's main page, but you didn't specify what you're looking for.
I didn't
Want me to dig in? So, it looks like you're pointing to Jalisco's Restaurant and Bar.
And let me pull up the Facebook. So I'll do that. So I'm just telling it kind of what to do. So this is their Facebook page. It has a broken website link. It seems that they are posting well on social media. Let's see what they have. Maybe it's somebody already. Besides a phone number. Navigation menu is not optimized. Website, and I'm just sharing. They are redirecting website visitors to Uber Eats and DoorDash, which is costing them money via the commission. By scheduling a Can you help me organize an email? Okay, so I just basically shared to AI the issues with their website. I shared to AI the issues with their social media. I shared with AI the issues to their review system. They don't even have reviews that are posting on here for people to look. I shared with AI all of these issues, and now what I'm doing, right, because these people, they just literally integrated this is their Instagram, right? That's what it looks like right here. And if I view this, inspect, right, I can jump down here. Right here is a container, and this specific container, sites, pages, transitions. It should be pulling it from Instagram. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. Okay, so I mean, other than that, it's a good system. Again, the issue is this menu. This is the issue. This menu should probably be at the top, a little square, and it should be going down with people. Okay, I'm not sure how it looks on a mobile side. So what I would also do is I would come here, I would inspect it on a mobile side. Now I know that this takes some time, right? So let's say I expect the mobile optimization of this is just trash. So I will let them know. I'll say, also the mobile optimization is trash, is not good. I'll let them know. Then all I have to do is send an email and then get on a discovery call with them. And now what I'm going to sell them on, right? It's very simple. I'm going to sell them at $500 a month to $1,500 a month. If the person can't afford $500 a month, they don't really care so much about their business. So I'm not too worried about the affordability of the services that I'm going after them. I'm not really worried so much about that. What I'm focused on is there's an intellectual level or connection that I need to get with these people. I need to be able to connect with them on a user base. Okay. So that being said, that's when I'm going to reach out. So now let's just say that's the case. We do that. Okay. Well, how do we share them information? Because if I brought somebody to our dashboard, all right, so let me just let me log out really quick. Okay. So I'm in here. Let me log out. I'll just jump into sign out. Okay. So let's say I'm in here. This isn't going to probably give them enough information about our business, right? We need something more and specific to restaurants. So that being said, that's when we come over to our restaurant system. So this is a new system we're applying, and I'll just kind of walk you through what it looks like. So this is the site, and this is, again, we're creating a snapshot for everybody so that way everybody can use it. So that way, if you're wanting to jump in the restaurant space, you can get your own account, you can manage your own clients, and you get your own workspace on basically everything. And then you get something similar to this, okay? So maybe a little bit different, right? Maybe a little bit different here, but this is in a sense how it would look, okay? About 90 pages. 90 pages gives you anything and everything that you want, and then you can go and you can sell it as your own business. Interesting, right? Yay. Okay, so that's, I mean, connecting it to the affiliate side. There's now two sides of it. There's one side, which is an affiliate side, which is just bring in your restaurants, we'll sign them up, and we're going to serve them. The secondary side is sell them yourself. Sell them yourself, it's your client, right? You can pay what's called a master resale right pricing, meaning you pay for the whole business, and then you collect all of the revenue on the side. We handle the back end. So again, they get their own custom back end dashboard. Again, I'll just pop up and I'll show you really quick. They get their own back end dashboard, right? Just like this. They get access to all of their different applications. So if you notice, there's a few different applications here, right? So that way they're here. Now this needs to be cleaned up just a little bit. What I mean by that is TaskMagic, they don't care about. Simulator, maybe they care about, maybe they don't. Projects, maybe they care about. Lead Connector, they care about, okay? Ads, maybe they care about. API Hub, maybe they don't care about. So you have the things for them that they might care about, and then you remove the things that make it so they don't need, okay? And I'll be doing that. So I'm just gonna be doing it in the back end. So this way you can even see the back end, okay? So here we go. I'll just jump right in. So let me jump right into the back end. Now we edit this stuff so this way you can see it, but I just come here. I'm jumping into Studio, and then once I'm jumping into Studio, I'll jump into our navigation. Once I'll jump here, I'll actually jump into our content modules. So now I'm in content modules. These are content modules that people will add. So if you notice, some people are adding like Google Tag Managers. Some people are adding Google Tag Managers, right? Some people are adding different credit things, Bank of America's, right? They're adding different systems so that way they can use it. So if you notice, some people are adding Square, so they're starting to use Square. They're adding Shippo because they're starting to use Shippo, right? So people come in and they add their specific softwares, and we let them know this is how you use it, this is how you log in, so that way they can take advantage of our system, like Google Merchant Account, right? They're taking advantage of our systems, okay? And we like it when people take advantage of our systems. So that being said, we're gonna remove a few things. So first thing is, we're gonna jump in here, okay, on this food. They don't really need that so much, okay? Projects, maybe, right? Contract hubs, they don't really need that so much. As restaurants, Bind AIs, they don't really need that so much. So let's just change that one. Bind AI, we're gonna remove. So you can see how we can adapt this now to people. API hub, maybe, right? Maybe they need it, maybe they don't. Ads, most cases they need it, right? So let me just make sure. Ads, yeah, they need it. Cool. So now, if I jump back here, I'm gonna take a look and say, okay, is this? So let me jump back here. Is this good enough for them? So let me just jump in. I'll switch users to the restaurant. And if you notice, that's pretty quick, right? Pretty quick to create a profile. So then we can create these profiles. We can organize these profiles and make them a lot more custom to people. And that's our goal, is to make them customized to specific people, so specific people have specific modules. Okay, so let's say this simulator. Do they really need simulator? Maybe not, right? Maybe not. Let's see what they might need. Let me see. Do they need that? Maybe. AI Studio, maybe. So ads platform, sure. They need ads, right? AI Studio, sure. Let's just say they need that. API Hub, maybe, maybe not, right? They can log in, maybe, maybe not. Diagrams, I always say yes because diagrams are easy to use, right? Another thing would be like Canva, right? So like if I jumped in here, Canva's always a good one. So let's just add Canva to ensure that Canva and everything is added and good to go. Did I make it so they couldn't add? No, I did. So let me just remove the settings really quick. And how I remove different settings on this, I'll show you. So what I do is I can come into our pages, right? And I can come into our, we built a module right here, people, and then I can come into add app. Well, it looks like I need my developer settings. So I would just jump into our developer settings. And then if I'm in developer settings, then I can jump into pages. And then from pages, I can jump into our apps. Now, would you deal with any of this stuff? No, you wouldn't, but I'm just showing you the back end, okay? Now I'm here, right? Visible apps here. I would make it there, so that way people can add their own apps. There you go. So now if I'm here, I can just refresh this. I'm Anna's Island Grill, boom. Now I should be able to see that. Now there's a little...
Ready to make your profile truly...
Right, there's a little video that explains it. So now I can come here, right? And I can add in DoorDash. I can add in Uber Eats. So I can say DoorDash, Uber Eats. So now when signing a restaurant up, there's quite a few things that I need to ask them. I need to ask them, so first I'm gonna ask them, I'm gonna say online order menu. So I'll put menu, right? This is now their menu. And then I would come here and I'd say, well, what is this for? And this is for, what do I say, other, okay? This software helps organize online ordering. Let's just say I'm building this from scratch for one of my clients. Let's just say theoretically I am, okay? Then I can come here, I can pick an application. In this case, I'm just gonna click gFunnel. The reason I do gFunnel, right, the gFunnel application, the big reason I do it is so they know it's always included, right? Because our gFunnel, anytime there's like a gFunnel app, it's always included, right? So then I would come here, probably log out of this guy, right? And then I would come into here and I would just do, let me just see. So I'd probably just click on this right here, okay? Now that specific thing is added as menus, okay? Now if I'm in here, how does it work? I'll show you really quick. And again, usually I'm just showing the back end so you do it. So this is how it would work. Now if I click here, I just click on there and then sure enough, it would take me right here and I can just log in, okay? That's one way of doing it. Okay, so I could come here and I can say, oh, well, I'm already logged in. Another way is just grabbing this information right here, which I'll show you. So if this is, let's just do Anna's Island Grill, copy, and I'm just going to edit this app, okay? So if I'm gonna come into here, I'm just gonna edit this app. So this is the app. I'm gonna just come here, I'm gonna press edit. It's loading. I didn't give it settings. Let me just make sure that those settings are there. Developer. It's hidden. The settings are hidden. Page. I need people, and then once my people or my applications here, edit application for this guy right here. Okay, let me refresh it because I'm just building out a new system. Okay, now we have this one to edit. Now I can come here and I can just come there and I can just edit. I add application. Okay, oh, please check. gFunnel. And I'll be working on some systems in the back that will, if you don't have a logo at all, just automatically put in the gFunnel logo. I think that that's the best way to do it. Okay, so now we have it here. So now if I click here, menu, guess what it does? It adds me right into their dashboard. So now they can come here and they could say, okay, what are my sales, right? And of course we connect this into other things too, but now they can see their specific sales, what's going on here, right? So they can say, okay, well, this is my July this, okay? So I'm still ranked number 1, right? In the last 7 days, I made about $500. In the last month, right? So let's do a month. I've made about $2,000. So I've made about $2,000 so far just with this system, right? So there's been 27 new clients that came in, right? Last 28 days has been 32. So we have a total in the last of 59. So you can see reoccurring customers coming in. We can then see the analytics of what we need to increase, how we need to increase them, so on and so forth. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense so far. Okay, next move. So we have this working, okay? All we have to do is now integrate this. So since we've integrated it for people, right? So this is the integration for people. Once we set this up, so we have a user profile. Now, if I'm a restaurant, I can log into my dashboard. Now I log in. I have all of the tools that I need. So let's say this is Grubhub, this is DoorDash, this is XYZ. We can have our own training system here. We can have our own asset system here. They can now see anything and everything that is designed specifically for them, right? We have social network here, but we can remove social network because maybe this individual doesn't need to see this social network, right? Maybe they need to see, well, here's my tools, here's my resources, here's my XYZ, right? Maybe that's all they need to see. So, that being said, let's make this more concrete. So, let me just jump into here. So, first thing is home. Home, I want to make sure that we have all of our users popping up. Okay, actually, home should be for everybody, I believe. So if I come here, let's just check. There we go, there's home. Now if I jump into let me just use a private tab. Home is fine, social network is fine, cool. Okay, so now we have it. So now if I research and I'm there, I should have my home. So now this is my home screen for them. Okay. We'll have an AI employee. We'll have this specific stuff. And then we'll have to make it so if somebody comes in for free, because restaurants can can create their own free account. So we have to make sure that if they're creating their own free account, that systems are done awesome and of course correct. So makes sense so far? Any questions? Hopefully not. Okay. Next thing is the build that we have. So this is one. This is our software snapshot. And all it does is it just takes us a little bit to create it. Once it's created, now we can apply a profile, such as this one is food and dining. So I can have a templated food and dining profile automatically created for these people. Now they have all of their software and everything. Okay, next thing is customers need support. And why would I bring them here versus here? And I'll just show you. Versus here. So let's say I brought this restaurant here. I'm just giving you an example. And let's just say I had all of these freaking things here, from your applications to your this to your that. What happens? It's a mess is what it is. It's an absolute freaking mess is what it is. So how do I make it better? How I make it better is I make an intro here. Because maybe they just don't want to see this stuff yet. So I make it better here. Here's an intermediate. Does that make sense? And then if I want, they have a profile, so they jump into their profile, and now this is a profile for them. If they have events, they can put events here, right? If they want to add their employees, they can add their employees. If they want to improve their listings, they can improve their listings. If they want to add news, they can add news. If they want to add blogs, they can add blogs. And if they want to add jobs, which we'll be adding soon, they can add their jobs. Kind of cool, right? So we just keep it very concise and very proficient for these people. So I'm actually going to come in. I'm going to remove this guy right here. The reason that I'm going to remove him is I think it's just like, it's bullshit. We don't need it. It's just a bunch of garbage. So, and I mean by garbage is, it's just extra stuff that we don't need yet. There you go. Boom. Easy. Okay. And now I can do it the other way, right? I can adjust it, of course. I can say, hey, based on your main menu, if I jump into community, right, I can add a little section here and it says add job, and they click on add job, and then it goes to our job board and they fill out the job board, right? So now I can edit this so that way I can even have a login, I can have a clock in. I can edit this so that way, again, if they're doing video shares, great, right? They can come here and they can do the video programming, they can do all of those things. Great, 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 right? I can now organize this specifically for that restaurant. That's what I'm gonna do. So let me do that. So I'm gonna do, let's see, that's about 7, so I'm gonna jump into here. I don't need actions, I need a submenu. Alrighty. And I'm just going to edit this really quick. View actions. They don't need video, right? Not yet. Well, until we have our new server up that does for video sharing and all of those things, they don't need it yet. So I'm just going to remove it. The messaging button, they don't need, they do need that. So let's start with that. Boom, that's gone. Pretty easy, right? And now I could click here and I should be able to have, oh, I need to add one more button here. Probably up there. Let's check it. Okay. Let's go here. There we go, company portal. So now they would have their company portal. And let me just adjust this guy right here. Because if they're a business, they should be able to see it too. Office doesn't need to see it. There we go. There we go. So now we have the company portal, right? So if they're a person, they're like, oh, I need to go to my company portal, they just click there. And then sure enough, they're able to log into their company portal if they need a custom backend built for them. Right, and the custom backend is basically like this. Then we can come in and they can log in, and then we have this whole piece organized and done how to their likings. So this can all be customized based off their likings. So employees can log in here, can access certain things to make it very, very easy. Okay, so that's one of them. Boom. Okay. Yeah, they don't need articles, right? They don't need. So the idea is to clean it up. I don't think they even need a social network. So I'm going to remove it. So that way our backend can do its thing, and that way the business is cleaned up. So let me do it right here. So I have 18. Custom doesn't really need a social network. These guys don't need a social network. Okay. There we go. I'll do the same thing for marketing agencies. So we'll build it for each and every business. There we go. So I just now removed it. So now they have their home. So home is just their applications. So their applications come in, their AI is there. Any notes are there. I need to ensure that there's a help center, because help center is very, very, very important. So let me do that really quick. Members toolbar. Apps are fine. So we have the apps that are popping in. They have the account. We have the login. We have the account pop-up menu. Let's jump into the pop-up menu. Pop-up menu is great. Okay, let's go into a few other things. Cool. And then we have our action menus. I'm just in the back end. And if you want to truly see it, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm just in the back end and I'm editing all of the different menus, so that way each and every menu is completely done. Each and every menu is good. If you notice, there's a lot. This is how we manage 70,000 plus pages, right? Manage it very easily through the system now. So we can say, hey, it's managed. Hey, it works. Let me, system, toolbar. But that's the main sidebar. Okay. Notifications there, notification bar, switch template, social sharing's there, sites there, profile stats, make sure our panel is good to go. Footer contacts, content modules are good, connection modules good, comment modules good, add content module looks to be great. What that is I'm just going through here. So like if somebody wants to add content, they can log in here and add content, right? Anyone, that's good. Account settings module. That one looks great. 1818 looks great. Pop-up studio. That looks great. Account pop-up. That looks great. Create a profile. Should not be up for. There we go. Okay. What I just did is there's a button here. So if you click on this button, you have the ability to create a new profile. And if you're not on the right plan, I just don't want you to create a new profile. You have one profile you're managing it, but then if you upgrade, then you get the business one, and the business one gives you unlimited profiles to create. Okay. There we go. Got that guy rocking. Help center should be available to everybody always. Okay. And then I'll add in an easier access for billing. So that way the billing is all done and rocking. Invoices is off. Good. Everything looks great. So now if I refresh this guy, there we go. Help center, my accounts and settings. So now as a company, I can jump into here and then I'll just be building out their profile for here. So again, this right here is like, right? Doesn't look good. So I'll be going through this, subscriptions, orders, kind of everything here. I'll be re-editing this, but specifically for the restaurants. Once it's there, the restaurant backend is ready to go. The operations are ready to go. Everything is then ready to go for us to launch and get users to come in and manage the platform. And then we just copy and paste this for each and every space. So the restaurant or the business gets their software snapshot, right? Gets their platform snapshot, gets their integration snapshot, gets their templates and content snapshots. And once they have that, literally the whole business is ran and operated through this one system. And if now you're the person, so let's say you're the, we'll call it, you're the affiliate, you're the reseller, you're whatever the case it is, you can come into here very easy. You can jump into your profiles, right? Here's your profiles. And then you can manage all of your companies. So I could jump here, I can switch to a different company, and sure enough, this different company will have a different snapshots for them, we'll have different content for them, we'll have different databases for them, we'll have different complete layouts, and we can customize it for you too. That's how this program works. Makes sense? It's kind of cool, isn't it? So if you haven't already, create your account. My suggestion, schedule a call with us so that way we can build this custom system for you, so that way you can truly serve your clients. Because at the end of the day, how do you run your operation? Well, that depicts on your business. If you don't run your operation correctly, your business will fail. It'll suck. And if you don't believe me, go read the 10 steps of how not to F up your business. Again, my name is Cameron Garlick. If you have questions, if you're like, this is interesting, if you're wanting to dive in deeper, as always, feel free to reach out and I'd love to serve you. Thanks so much. We'll see you. Bye-bye.